We interrupt this program for a special news bulletin.
There is a signal broadcast every second of every day. Look around the environment we live in. Carbon dioxide, fluorocarbons, and methane have increased. We are resourced to them. They want benign indifference. They want us drugged. We could be pets. We could be food. But all we really are is livestock. Our impulses are being redirected. We are living in an artificially induced state of consciousness that resembles sleep. The poor and the underclass are growing. Racial justice and human rights are non-existent. They have created a repressive society, and we are their unwitting accomplices. Their intention to rule rests with the annihilation of consciousness. We have been lulled into a trance. They have made us indifferent to ourselves, to others. We are focused only on our own gain. That is their primary method of survival. Keep us asleep, keep us selfish, keep us sedated.
Pure Raza, yo soy Ernesto Ayala and this is AztlanWeekly. We begin with noticias from our camarada Andrea Martinez. Desde crazy town, Roswell, Nuevo Mexico-Aztlán, the New Mexico Department of Cultural Affairs is pleased to announce that celebrated poet and cultural advocate Manuel González has been named New Mexico State Poet Laureate, a recognition that affirms his profound contributions to literary arts and whose enduring impacts on Nuevo Mexico's Raza communities. This honor is appointed by New Mexico Arts and the New Mexico State Library, divisions of the Department of Cultural Affairs. González will begin his 3-year term effective immediately. The New Mexico Department of Cultural Affairs notes González's appointment marks the continuation of a powerful legacy rooted in poetry as a vehicle for healing, empowerment, and cultural memory. A former Albuquerque Poet Laureate 2016 to 2018, González is widely respected not only for his artistry on the page and stage, also for his unwavering commitment to community and justice. When asked of his thoughts on this award, our hermano Manuel González stated, "I am honored and humbled to be named the next New Mexico State Poet Laureate. Poetry has been medicine in my life, helping me heal, remember, and reconnect with my family, my community, and my ancestors," says González. As laureate, I want to carry that medicine across our state, to schools, libraries, pueblos, and plazas. I hope to create spaces where all voices, especially underrepresented voices, can rise, be heard, and be celebrated. This is about poetry as healing, as storytelling, and as a way to keep our collective spirit alive. And in weather-related news, our camarada Andrea Martinez provided the following alert for Raza in Nuevo Mexico. The National Weather Service, NWS, and Albuquerque has issued a freeze warning for the Chavez County Plains, effective esta semana, this week. Sub-freezing temperatures as low as 28 degrees are possible. Frost and freezing conditions could potentially kill crops and other sensitive vegetation and possibly damage unprotected outdoor plumbing, the NWS warns. And news from our camarada Robert Ramirez desde Denver, Colorado. According to the Denverite, over the past week, several queer-owned spaces, including salons, a gym, boutiques, and the Center on Colfax, had their windows smashed. While police have not confirmed a motive, community members see a pattern of intimidation. Parasol Patrol called it an escalation of violence meant to push LGBTQIA+ people back into fear. At the Joy Movement Collective, owner Styler Els said, "It's just hard to believe that this isn't coordinated." The Center on Colfax boarded up its windows with the message, "You won't break our souls. Broken windows never break community." The Denver police investigation is ongoing and leaders are urging vigilance without vigilantism. Y también our camarada Robert Ramirez reports out of Colorazlan, the weather is changing drastically in the Denver metro area Let's do our best to donate and keep our community warm and safe with jackets and blankets. And news from our camarada Oscar Ochoa desde Tejaslan. Residents in the Pasadena neighborhood in Texas took to the street on Monday while an apparent migra operation was underway. According to the local community, 3 men were taken into ICE custody on West Houston Avenue. Video showed ICE and other law enforcement officers at the scene as a crowd gathered, shouting at officers behind crime scene tape. Margarita Barron said her husband, brother, and neighbor were detained after officers threatened to use tear gas. Witnesses said the men exited the home to protect children inside. Gabby Gonzalez, who was inside, said ICE agents cut the power and tried entering through multiple points, causing fear among the families. Activist Francisco Mendoza criticized ICE's tactics as creating terror. Pasadena Chota, or police, claimed they only helped with traffic and crowd control. The Department of Homeland Insecurity has not yet commented. And in other disturbing migra-related news, desde Arizona Aztlán, according to LatinoNewsNetwork.com, Arizona Latino News, AZLN, reports MQ-9 Predator drones, originally used in combat zones, are now a primary tool by La Migra to track migrant raza along the colonial U.S.-Mexico border. Operated from a surveillance center in Arizona using AI-powered radar and infrared technology, these drones can track individuals and small groups crossing the desert, guiding ground agents to their location. And news from our camarada Scott Duncan desde Oaklandia, Califas. Last week, El Trompas administration announced migra forces would descend on the Bay Area with up to 100 agents, including agents for the U.S. Customs and Border Protection and Immigration and Customs Enforcement, ICE. Raza and other community members prepared with patrols and education. Schools and immigrant rights groups confirmed the community La Migra cannot enter school grounds without a warrant, and staff were told not to inform on the immigration status of students. However, Oakland Mayor Barbara Lee recently announced the ICE surge was canceled for the Bay Area. According to The Guardian, local nonprofit organizer Jose Luis Pavon of Homies Organizing the Mission to Empower Youth, or HOMIE, said, "I feel like people are starting to lose their fear. People are getting a lot more practical." However, the community still suffered this state-sponsored terror. Just one example is the cancellation of Dia de los Muertos celebration at Berkeley High School, where parents were concerned about the presence of ICE. Our camarada Scott Duncan also reports of San Pancho, San Francisco Califas. La Ciudad had its annual Lit Crawl last Saturday, a festival of literary reading. Lit Crawl is a massive one-night literary pub crawl through San Francisco's Mission District that caps off the yearly Lit Quake Festival, bringing together over 250 authors and close to 5,000 fans for the world's largest free pop-up literary event. Our raza was represented by the events and readings Chicanas for Tierra y Libertad, Brilliant Bilinguals, Let's Play Loteria, and Raza Beyond Borders. Gracias to organizers Brenda Vaca, Diosa Xochiquetzalcoatl, and Elizabeth Jimenez Montelongo, mujeres that also contributed to the anthology Somos Chicanas. Y también in further news desde San Diego, Califas, congratulations to Luz Schweig, the editor and creator of Somos Chicanas, the first Chicana anthology since the 1990s, which recently won the International Latino Book Award last Saturday, October 25th. Winners of the 2025 International Latino Book Awards were announced at Miracosta College in Oceanside, Califas. Somos Chicanas, an all-Chicana multi-genre anthology, is edited by Luz Schweig and features over 80 Chicana writers. El Libro was awarded medals in 2 categories, a silver medal for the Dolores Huerta Best Cultural and Community-Themed Book, and a bronze medal for Best Women's Issues Book. Somos Chicanas es un historic anthology that illuminates both the enduring and new Chicana identity, presence, and culture through the voices of over 80 Chicanas, including Chicana trailblazers like Ana Castillo, Sandra Cisneros, Lorna D. Cervantes, Irene Blea, Carmen Tafoya, and the 24th Poet Laureate of the United States, Ada Limon. It was published on December 14, 2024 by Riot of Roses Publishing House. Congratulations, hermanas. Y en noticias desde Palm Springs, Califas, as of October 2025, the city of Palm Springs has begun dispersing $5.9 million as part of a settlement with survivors and descendants of the Section 14 redevelopment. In the 50s and 60s, hundreds of families, primarily Raza, indigenous people, and African black people families, were displaced from the downtown neighborhood of Section 14 when their homes were burned and bulldozed. The disbursement fulfills the financial terms of a settlement agreement that the Palm Springs City Council approved in November 2024. And on a lighter note, desde los AztlanWeekly Califas, according to EdSource and LASchoolreport.com, the LAUSD test scores of students have shown significant gains in the 2024-2025 school year, with performance exceeding pre-pandemic levels in both English language arts and math for the first time since 2019. The district saw a notable increase in the rate of improvement, surpassing the state's rate of improvement in both subjects. Gains were widespread across all student groups, including Raza, Black, and students with disabilities, helping to narrow the achievement gap. Órale, chamacos, échenle ganas. And now noticias from our camarada Yvette Xochillot desde Orange County, Sur Califas. En la semana pasada, there was a countywide escalation of enforcement actions with confirmed detentions in Garden Grove, Santana, and Costa Mesa. There was a clear increase of retaliatory patterns observed following the No Kings protest. ICE website has added a disclaimer that reports, quote, due to the lapse in federal funding, this website will not be actively managed, unquote, leaving families concerned about being able to locate their loved ones in the ICE locator system. Yet Migra kidnappings remained active, with an average of 2 to 3 enforcement actions per day, the majority clustered along major working-class corridors that we are already familiar with, Home Depots, recycling centers, and car washes. Sadly, another Orange County resident's life has been lost under federal custody. The death of Costa Mesa resident Gabriel Garcia Aviles in ICE custody, 10 days after his arrest, his kidnapping, as has become common practice. There was denial of family visitation and communication, lack of medical transparency regarding cause of death, and a breach of international human rights norms concerning humane treatment and family access during end-of-life care. There have been at least 21 total ICE custodial deaths confirmed in 2025. Some of the observations and trends are shifting toward post-arrest fatalities and opaque medical detentions. Weekend SRT raids, that's special response teams, and weekday ERO follow-ups, enforcement, and removal operations point to a split enforcement rhythm. The reported and constant delays in the ICE locator serve as another tool of obstruction during mass arrests. Retaliatory correlation remains visible after high-profile protests. Public infrastructure such as schools, car washes, and churches continues to be used as enforcement zones. And now, eventos en Aztlán.
This is the Brown Book Club podcast. Join us Thursday, November 6th at 7 p.m. Mountain Time as we welcome award-winning author Luis Jaramillo, writer of The Witches of El Paso. Together, we'll dive into the stories, history, and imagination behind his powerful work. Don't miss this evening of literature, comunidad, and conversation. That's November 6th at 7 p.m. Mountain Time, only on the Brown Book Club podcast. Find us on Facebook at the Brown Book Club, Instagram, YouTube, or TikTok. We'll see you then.
Van Nuys Califas join our Convivio de Otoño in support of Van Nuys Day laborers, music, conversation, holiday activities, 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. in front of the Van Nuys Day Labor Center, 8250 Balboa Place in Van Nuys Califas, the site of up to 8 ICE attacks since June. And from our camarada Shista Garcilaso desde Arizona Aztlán, Arizona, La Fiesta de Muertos at Scottsdale Arts is coming up for Dia de los Muertos. Join the celebration on Saturday, November 1st, 2025 at Scottsdale Arts Plaza in downtown Scottsdale. The event features live music, folklorico dance, a community altar, ofrenda exhibit, face painting, food vendors, and free public admission. This event is brought to the community by LORE, L-O-R-E, Media and Arts, in partnership with Scottsdale Arts and the City of Scottsdale. Our camarada Chista Garcilaso also reports the Cultural Coalition is excited to announce the 14th annual Miquitzli Dia de los Muertos Phoenix Festival Saturday, November 1st, 2025, 4 to 9 p.m. at the Arizona Center with Mercado hours starting at 4 p.m. Entertainment starting at 5 p.m. Presented by Cultural Coalition and National Minority Quality Forum. This free family-friendly event has expanded to offer audiences more cultural performances, art vendors, food trucks, interactive art activities, and Miquitzli's largest community altar or ofrenda. Attendees of all ages will enjoy an evening of mariachi music, ballet folklorico, performances, arts and crafts activities, delicious food, face painting, and amazing art vendors. Come early to witness the traditional Danza Mexica ceremony and stay late to be part of the community procession led by Las Flacas, the 8-foot tall animated skeleton puppets, which starts a celebration dance party with live music. Let's celebrate our beloved departed. Invitamos a todas las familias y sus niños. And from our camarada Enrique Cardiel, desde Burque, Nuevo Mexicaslán, Nuevo Mexico, Muertos y Marigolds is excited to host its 33rd annual Dia de los Muertos procession celebration, ofrenda, exhibit, and workshop series. Join us for the 2025 South Valley Dia de los Muertos celebration and Marigold procession, November 2nd. Celebration, 12 to 4 p.m. procession, 2 p.m. at the West Side Community Center, 1250 Isleta Boulevard, Albuquerque, Nuevo Mexico, 87105. The mission, the South Valley Dia de los Muertos celebration and Marigold procession include to exert cultural self-determination, to strengthen community, to promote cultural exchange through intergenerational learning and expression through art, music, food, dance, and political satire, to promote pride in South Valley cultural identity through our grassroots non-corporate organizing. For more information, visit their webpage at muertosymarigolds.org. Y también al camarada artista Patricio Tlacaele Trujillo y Fuentes desde Taos, Nuevo Mexico would like to invite Raza and other community members to the Taos Community of Love's talk and lecture titled Dia de los Muertos, In Love with the Dead. On Sunday, November 2nd, from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m., Chicano artist Patricio Tlacaele Trujillo y Fuentes will discuss the similarities between the Day of the Dead and Memorial Day, focusing on honored loved ones. The Taos Community of Love is located at 69 Blueberry Hill Road, Taos, Nuevo Mexico, 87571. Para más información, visit the webpage at taoscommunityoflove.org. Y un ongoing event in Las Vegas, Nevada-Slan, as reported on the website vegaspbs.org. Come visit the Nuwu Art Gallery and Community Center to view the Cosmic Chicano Solo Art Exhibition by artist Brian Martinez. This art exhibit explores Chicano and Mexican American as Martinez blends themes of the mythical, ancestral, and contemporary, as well as cultural pride, transformation, and duality. The exhibition is on view through November 22nd, 2025. Gallery hours, Thursdays and Fridays, 4 p.m. to 8 p.m., Saturdays, 12 p.m. to 4 p.m. Cost admission is free. The Nuwu Art Gallery and Community Center, 1331 South Maryland Parkway, Las Vegas, Nevada, 89104. NAGCC is a POC-owned art and activism space. This exhibition is sponsored by Indigenous AF and the Andy Warhol Foundation for the Visual Arts. Para más información, visit nuwuart.com. That's NUWU art.com. And once again, our camarada Andrea Martinez desde Nuevo Mexicaslán, New Mexico would like those in Roswell to know the Food Not Bombs Roswell Division, a nonprofit under the umbrella of Hagerman Forward, serves food to those in need every Sunday at 1 p.m. and Thursday at 4 p.m. If you reside in the Roswell area and are in need of food, please contact Jocelyn Smith for food distribution locations. She can be reached at 575-208-9509. Or you can visit their Facebook page, search Food Not Bombs Roswell NM. You can also visit foodnotbombs.net. Food Not Bombs Roswell, New Mexico is a community organization dedicated to feeding the hungry. They believe in providing nutritious meals to those in need rather than wasting food on bombs and violence. Volunteers prepare and serve meals in public spaces, fostering a sense of community and support. También our camarada Joe González, desde Califas, la Resistencia Brown Berets Nacional y la Mesa Nacional de los Brown Berets, in conjunction with the North American School for Organizers and the Second Rainbow Coalition, invite you to join La Clecha Fireside Chats, revolutionary political education classes. Join them online to sit around the fire para una plática that looks forward to build structure within the movement of community organizers and learn about history, unity, and resistance. This is a weekly online event. taking place via Zoom every Thursday evening at 5:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and it is open to the public. For more information, visit naso.network. And now, Aztlán Weekly presenta Palabra.
Saludos, raza. This is your camarada Lou Schweig, lead editor of the Somos Chicanas anthology, reporting from the Powhatan River on occupied Senacomawach territory, otherwise known as Tidewater, Virginia. As several of you already know, last Sunday I attended ILBA, the International Latino Book Awards ceremony, held in the occupied Tacaime territory of Payonkawichum tribes, otherwise known as Oceanside in Alta Califas. While there, tuve el gran honor of receiving 2 awards for the Somos Chicanas book, the Dolores Huerta Award and the Best Women's Issue Award. I accepted them on behalf of mis hermanas, the over 80 powerful, contributing Chicana writers and poets who made this book possible, including Chicana trailblazers y mujeres grandes del movimiento como Ana Castillo, Sandra Cisneros, Irene Iblea, Carmen Tafoya, Natalia Rivas, y Lorna D. Cervantes. In 2021, when I first conceived of the idea for this book, I pictured forming a community of Chicana writers coming together to widely share our stories. So it was an amazingly validating experience for me to hear the ILBA Prize announcers give us the silver medal for the Dolores Huerta Award on Best Cultural and Community-Themed Book. Each and every one of the inspiring hermanas in this book, in their own ways, follow in Dolores Huerta's footsteps, for they are literary activists whose writings assert, explore, and cultivate a proud Chicana consciousness and culture in defiance of today's political climate and a long history of book bans that have disproportionately targeted brown women authors. Las autoras de Somos Chicanas showed up on the pages to boldly deliver messages about our indigenous roots, nuestros antepasados, nuestra tierra y libertad. Estoy muy orgullosa de ellas, sharing their voices as an act of resistance, resilience, and nourishment. I'd like to extend mil gracias a todas, along with my assistant editors and friends, talented authors in their own rights, Jenny Irizarry and Scott Russell Duncan Fernandez, who championed my idea for the anthology right from the start. And a very special thank you to our first publisher, Armando B. Rendon of Somos en Escrito Literary Foundation Press, and our present publisher, the unstoppable, of course, and most inspired Brenda Vaca of Riot of Roses Publishing House. Muchísimas gracias. Together, we all made pura medicina. Also, my gratitude to ILBA, Empowering Latino Futures, and all the judges for presenting our Somos Chicanas anthology with these awards. There is an overwhelming need for Chicana literature. Y estas Chicanas really delivered. This book represents a resilient community of autoras luchadoras, claiming our rights, our land, and our place upon the literary landscape. Porque aquí estamos, no nos vamos, y si nos echan, pues regresamos. Que vivan las autoras chicanas.
And now, shoutouts. We at Aztlán Weekly would like to make a special shout out to Luz Schweig for sharing sus palabras for our Palabras segment. And we'd also like to make otro special shout out to Hennessy Pedro Parker desde Houston, Texaslan for providing his firme beats for the same segment. If you'd like to hear more from him, visit soundcloud.com/Hennessy-Pedro-Parker. And once again, our camarada Veronica Aliel would like to give a shout out to all Raza who are in any way contributing to building locally in their communities. And an invite to join El Partido Nacional de la Raza Unida to build national political power. Those interested, visit razaunidaparty.org. That's razaunidaparty.org. And finally, Aztlan Weekly would like to hear from you, Raza. If you reside anywhere in Aztlan and would like to share newsworthy events with us, or if you would like to make a special shout out to family, friends, y queridos, or an organization serving our community, or if you would like to share your thoughts, cáiganle, shoot us an email at news@aztlanweekly.com, or you can visit our website at aztlanweekly.com. And you can also find us on social media. Search #AztlanWeekly. Gracias. Que viva la raza y que viva Aztlan libre. Es todo.
Minutes, Coordinated Universal Time.